this part wasn't in the books, but I thought it'd be cool, so I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back.
All right.
Story implications.
All right.
Okay,
Off your back.
Get off of that thing.
Yep, sure.
Hey guys, Dennis Machina here. Thanks for hanging out. Today's reactions to the latest pitch meeting from Screen Rant. This is The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. But before we get into it, please go over and support Screen Rant. I'll leave a link to the channel, along with a link to the original video in the description below. Then you can support me by heading over to patreon.com/JannisMachina or by clicking join right below this video. Regardless of where you go, you'll have a ton of rewards to choose from, and I would greatly appreciate it. But if you can't do that, I completely understand. All they ask is you head right below this video, give that like button some love, and if you're new here, please click the subscribe button and notification bell because I put up new videos every single day, and every little bit of support helps. Without any further ado, thank you.
So, you have a second Lord of the Rings movie for me?
Sure do.
Sure, I do. Very exciting. So what happens in this thing? Well, Gandalf is back. Yeah, he fell off
Yay.
a thing, right? He sure did, sir. But you're gonna come to realize that falling from great heights isn't really fatal for good guys in these movies.
No,
Great
apparently not, especially when they're really popular
falls
characters.
and he falls and he falls and he fights that fire demon, and then they end up at the top of a tower and they fight some more. How'd they get to the top of a tower? Unclear, but then he's gonna finally kill the fire demon thing, and then he's gonna die, but then he's gonna come back. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if ever anything happens and you can't really figure out why it happened, it just does.
Yeah, his spirit went somewhere for so long that he forgot his own name, but now he's back and he's all white. Well, that is how death works, so no further questions. No, this is like magic and stuff. That's not how death works. Sure it is. So what else happens? Okay.
Confusing magic with death. Brilliant.
Well, there's gonna be some more walking. Oh, there is, huh? Yeah, a whole bunch more walking. A ton of it, in fact. Even the trees are gonna walk in this thing. I love it. So anyway, Merry and Pippin,
why not?
they've been captured by orcs, right? And they're being brought to Saruman. Right. And some of the orcs actually want to eat them. They're like, yeah, why can't we have some meat? What, do the orcs all have Cockney accents? They do, yeah.
Apparently so.
Inexplicable accents are toit. And then the orcs are attacked by the...
Of course he has to say that with the accent.
These dudes, the Riders of Rohan, and it's just a massacre. Oh boy. And for a little bit, we're gonna think that Merry and Pippin are dead, but then it turns out they're not. Oh, fantastic. So they head into the forest.
I mean, you can't kill off those characters.
You meet these big talking trees called the Ents, and these things, they talk super slowly. Oh, well, I guess that's a good way to pad the runtime a little bit. How long is this thing anyway? About 4 hours. Oh my god. So the Ents, they're gonna have this big council
Let's not even talk about the Return of the King.
meeting, and they're gonna decide that they don't want to go to war. Oh. But then they're gonna see that Saruman destroyed a bunch of trees, so they're gonna go attack Isengard. Okay, so the trees were treated poorly, and now they want their revenge? That's perfect. I love it. Who is that?
What?
That's just M. Night Shyamalan. Sometimes he eavesdrops on these meetings and tries to get movie ideas. That's not a good idea for a movie, M.
Yes!
Okay, well, that's gonna be bad. Yeah, he should
Oh, that's hilarious! Oh my god, that's what his movies are like. Oh, that's so brilliant! What a joke!
When they attack, does he do some kind of crazy wizard counter move? No, he just kind of frantically looks around like he lost a contact lens or something. Oh, okay. Anyway, so we're also gonna follow Sam and Frodo on their quest to destroy the ring. And how's that going? Well, they keep getting lost, so they team up with this weird creature called Gollum, and he's like obsessed with the ring because he used to own it. Oh, and this guy's
seems like a smart idea.
freaking nuts. I mean, at a certain point of the movie, he's just having a full-on conversation with himself. He's just talking to himself and replying as if he was two different people.
Apparently
He's
so.
freaking nuts. Oh, this guy's got problems.
Uh-huh.
So he guides them to where they need to go. He does.
Apparently so.
There are a bunch of soldiers and crap, and one of them comes really, really close to them. Oh my god, it's gonna be tough to survive that. Actually, it's gonna be
super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, they hide under this blanket thing, which looks exactly like a rock, so it works out. How does it look exactly like a rock?
Because it's supposed to be a cloak, right?
Technically, it's an elven cloak. So
yeah,
what's that
there you go.
Plot armor. Oh, okay. And eventually, they're gonna get captured by...
Plot armor! That's a brilliant way to explain anything. I'm surprised I haven't used that before.
Boromir's brother Faramir, and he and his men are a little sketchy about the ring. That frickin' ring makes everybody sketchy. It
Apparently
sure does,
so.
Sir, and eventually a Nazgul is gonna show up on this flying Fellbeast monster. Oh no. And the ring is gonna compel Frodo to go see the Nazgul and be like, hey, check out this ring. Pretty cool, huh? That's a horrible impulse to have. But then luckily Faramir's gonna shoot an arrow at the Fellbeast, and so the Nazgul's gonna be like, wow, okay, never mind. It leaves. Yeah, it leaves. It flies away.
Yeah, apparently its kryptonite is just one single arrow. Yeah,
Middle Earth is hinging upon that one ring. The Nazgul's just gonna back off. Well, he didn't realize they had arrows. And doesn't this mean that Sauron knows exactly where the ring is now? Shouldn't he send all his forces to
You would think
Frodo?
so.
Well, to be honest, sir, this part wasn't in the books, but I thought it'd be cool, so I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back.
All right.
Story implications.
All right.
Okay,
Off your back.
Get off of that thing.
Yeah, sure.
So what else happens? Well, Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli, they're still running around trying to find Merry and Pippin. Oh, yeah. And they meet this King Theoden, but he's all messed up looking. Oh, how come? Well, he's being, like, controlled by Saruman with the help of this sketchy advisor dude, Wormtongue. Never a good idea to hire somebody with worm in their name, or tongue for that matter. Anyway, Gandalf manages to use his staff to do a kind of magic exorcism thing, and he saves the king. And so they kill Wormtongue? They don't know, because they're like, well, enough blood has been shed. So they lock him up in a cell. No, they let him go. Feels kind of dangerous. I mean, he'll probably go directly to his boss and give him more information. That's exactly what he does. I bet he did. Anyway,
yeah, that's another great way to explain why, you know, the next thing happens.
Right, and Aragorn, he falls off a cliff. Oh no, is he dead? Well, we're gonna think he's dead for a little bit, but heights don't affect him because he's a good guy. Right, okay.
Yep.
Oh, and he's also
we're seeing a continuous theme in this movie. If you're by death, have anything to do with death, you're gonna survive it if you're good.
Flirty thing going on with this woman, Eowyn, and what sparks that flame? Well, they look at each other, so... you know, they're kind of in love now. Very romantic. And later...
I mean, it could be explained by love at first sight,
the movie,
maybe?
There's gonna be this massive battle at this place called Helm's Deep. Wow, 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 wow. Ow.
Oh, what? You alright?
Sir?
You good?
I maybe got a little too excited there.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Should I call
you
an ambulance or what's up?
You okay,
no,
sir?
I actually feel fine now. Oh, I think you may have died.
You came back, but your hair's not white. Why isn't your hair white?
Whoopsie. Well, welcome back, you know, producer guy the white. Producer guy. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they used to call me. Anyway, there's going to be a battle. Oh boy, and how does that go? Well, there are only a couple of hundred good guys and like 10,000 orcs, so, you know, not great. Yeah, those aren't good numbers at all. But then some elves show up, and they're led by none other than Haldir. Hey, I don't know who that is. He was in the first movie for, you know, a couple of minutes, remember?
Okay.
I mean, kind of, maybe. It was a long script. Anyway,
yeah, it sure was.
This super emotional death scene, and people are gonna be like, no, Haldir! Right? I mean, you know, rest in peace, elf dude, I guess. So then the battle keeps going, and it's not looking good.
Good thing that, you know, one good person died.
Well, then Gandalf had told them to look to the east at dawn, and sure enough, he's there right on time with a whole big army of backup. So wait, can he predict the future? That's a pretty precise statement to have given. Vaguely, sometimes, when the plot demands it, yeah. Very cool.
Always the plot!
And he's gonna turn to Aragorn and be like, let this be the hour where we draw swords together. Oh, a little art project.
Okay.
Less time for it, but still fun. No, they're gonna stab orcs with swords. That makes more sense. And then they're gonna win the frickin' battle. Fantastic. And Gandalf's gonna be like, the battle for Helm's Deep is over. The battle for Middle-earth is about to begin. Stay tuned for movie 3. Well, okay, that whole thing's a little on the nose. Maybe just cut out that last part at least.
Sure.
Okay, I'll cut out the last part.
Yeah,
so what do
that
you
makes
think?
sense.
Well, it sounds great, but do you think maybe we're overdoing it with the fake-out deaths? It seems like we keep going back to that trick.
A little bit.
No, there might be one or two.
Okay, so Middle-earth, 10 fake-out deaths in the movies ranked. Wow, okay. That is definitely a lot, but that certainly makes sense with how this pitch meeting went, considering the fact that almost everything in this movie can be explained by, oh, it's the plot. Like here, for example, the character doesn't die because, you know, he's needed further on in the story. How he doesn't die, nobody really knows. It's just the plot. It's just what happened, so just accept it and move on. It's just like, you know, he said, just get off my back about it already. Or if someone doesn't get found, or they climb up a tower, or they're led by this creature who is pretty sketchy and you probably shouldn't be with him to begin with. And why are they still with him? Because of the plot, because that character is needed further along the line. So, yeah, it's basically that, and then, you know, there's, of course, the fantasy element. You know, you can basically explain how somebody talks, or, you know, with the trees, you know, they're talking slow because they're so old, and they're, you know, attacking the stain because, you know, they want their revenge. All this sort of thing can just sort of be explained by fantasy, and then, of course, the plot, like I said before, so... It was actually a pretty enjoyable movie from what I can remember. I think my favorite was The Return of the King, because there was a certain scene in that movie that I really enjoyed, but we'll get to that when he does the pitch meeting for it. And before we go, I'd like to give a tall tree shout out to all of my supporters on Patreon: Marvin Espinoza, Cruising, Wolverine 310, Jonathan 19931, and Vitka Diana. Thank you guys so much. And to all of my fellow gamers out there, I have a separate channel dedicated just for that. Just like this channel, I put up new videos at the same time every single day. I do things from gameplay size walkthroughs to trophy guides. I've completed all of The Last of Us Part 2, and I'm currently on Ghost of Tsushima, so it would mean the world to me if you check it out and hit that subscribe button. And with that being said, comment down below, let me know which Lord of the Rings movie was your favorite. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Also, if you want to see past reactions I've done to other pitch meetings, I got a nice playlist right up there full of videos for you. Share this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, ring the notification bell because I put up new videos every single day, and I'll see you guys
next time.